Okay. Ashutosh, am I audible?
Yes,
Ashutosh?
yes, you're audible.
Okay. So we'll start our session. Okay. So today we are going to see about the scrap strip layout. Okay. So normally what happens whenever we want any, say for example, any blank or any the required workpiece, as we have seen already, the sheet metal processes, that is different processes we have seen. So today we are going to see the strip layout design. That means whatever the strip is there on that strip, how the blanks will be taken. That means what are the factors and what are the standard thumb layouts today we are going to see. So here in uh, after this we are also going to see in our upcoming lecture, that is the design of die. Okay, but while designing the die, so the spacing of the whatever the spacing is there, it should be also considered. Okay, and from the standard size of the sheet metal strip, the whatever the best location of the blank is there, it is to be found on the sheet, because to save the material or whatever the scrap is there, what the scrap should be as minimum as possible. Okay, and suppose if we want any inclination or angle, so at that time, here the on this strip the grain direction is there. So whatever the grain direction of strip is there, it will be considered while bending. Okay, so if the bending operation is required, the bend should be made at an angle 90 degree to the grain direction. And normally what happens, these grain directions are having parallel with the edge of the strip. Okay, so accordingly the orientation of a blank is decided in the strip layout design. And one more important factor in strip layout design is the best layout is not always one with best utilization of material. Why? Because if the layout requires complex construction of die, then it will be costly and difficult to manufacture. That means, suppose here one of the strip, if you have utilized the strip in such a way that you are supposed to design a die complexly, so it increases the cost of the die. Okay, and also it is difficult to manufacture the die. Okay, so the layout should be designed that whatever the design of die is there, it should be optimum. Okay, so here you can see there are different ways of there for arranging the blanks in strip. Okay, so let us consider this first one case, a case. Here you can see the blank is there, which is required part for us, and whatever the remaining part is there, normally see this is a strip. Okay, strip we can also call as a sheet metal sheet also. Okay, so here this blank is our required part. Okay, so in this case you can see here the one row of blank is there. Okay, so if we want such single row blank, at that time we are supposed to insert this strip only by a single pass. That means this design is single row single pass design is there. Okay, now if you see the figure B, here the double rows are there, so it is double row design. Okay, so in this also what happens, the strip can be fed twice also. Okay, so this is what the double row double pass. Okay, and here you can see the third case. Okay, here you can see that you are supposed to either use a two die simultaneously, or you can use only one die, but you are supposed to insert two times over here. Okay, and if you see over here, you can say that for this consideration, that is single row and double pass, okay, to achieve such blank design on the strip. Okay, so if you see all these example, all these different ways of blanks, you can find out that over here the figure which is C, by using this layout we'll get a minimum scrap. Okay, so here the whatever the distance between the blank and the distance between the edge, okay, is another one more important consideration is there. Okay, the distance between blank and the distance between edge also, it is also important. Okay, and whatever the distance is there, it depends on the thickness of the metal strip, and whatever the distance is there, it increases with increase in thicknesses, because it prevents the strip from twisting and wedging between punch and die. Okay, so there are some thumb rules are there, okay, regarding the strip layout design. So we'll see the different terms which uses in a strip layout over here. Okay, so here you can see one of the strip is there. So L is nothing but the total length of the strip, or you can say that total length of sheet metal sheet. And here you can see the H and W. This is what the rectangular punch is there. This is what the blank is there. This blank is nothing but required part over here. Okay, and here if you see the different annotations are there. Okay, if you see over here, this is the thickness of this metal sheet. Okay, and also in previous lecture I told you that the difference between sheet and plate. Okay, so today I am also once again going to repeat it, that it is important that many times it will be asked to you, that is tell us the difference between sheet and plate. Okay, so at that time you are supposed to say that if the thickness of the metal is less than 5 mm, then it is a sheet, and if the thickness is more than 5 mm, then it is plate. Okay, I am once again repeating you because this is important, most important factor is there. It will be asked you at any phase of your career. Okay, during an interview also it will be asked to you, uh, during an exam also it will be asked to you, that is tell us the difference between sheet and plate. So at that time you are supposed to say that if the thickness of the sheet is less than 5 mm, or if the thickness of the metal is less than 5 mm, then it is sheet, and if the thickness of the metal is more than 5 mm, then it is plate. Okay, so this is what the basic difference. Now here you can see the different annotations are there. Here A is nothing but the front scrap, that we will see what is it. Here scrap bridge is there, which is denoted by B. Back scrap is there. Okay, and here the feed is there. So first of all, let us see the distance between the blanks. Okay, so whatever we are going to see, the standard what we can say, the formulas. Now these are the thumb rules. Okay, while designing the strip, or while designing the strip for your blank, at that time these thumb rules should be considered. Okay, so to calculate the distance between the blanks, the formula is 1 to 1.5 mm into material thickness. Okay, that means suppose you got a job, that is that means one task is assigned to you, and they are saying that yeah, we have this dimension sheet is there, and just calculate how many blanks you can put on that strip. So at that time these thumb rules are important. Okay, so first one, that is to calculate the distance between blanks, your the formula is 1 to 1.5 mm material thickness. This is first one. Next, that is back scrap. Okay, back scrap. And this back scrap is nothing but the distance between blank and the edge of a strip. Okay, the same for the front scrap also, that is the distance between blank and the edge of a strip. So the formula for the back scrap A is equal to T plus 0.015 H. H is nothing but height of this blank. Okay, and while you calculate the front scrap, at that time the formula is nothing but the A. At that time the formula will become A is equal to T plus 0.015 W. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating the front scrap or back scrap. Okay, now here we will see the distance between blanks, that is we are going to see the scrap bridge. Okay, this scrap bridge is nothing but the edge of the sheet or whole strip and the blank. Okay, so to calculate this scrap bridge, the formula is, that is equal to thickness. That means, suppose for example the material thickness is zero point 0.8 mm, then this scrap bridge should be 8 mm. And suppose if the thickness is 3 mm, so this scrap bridge distance should be a 3 mm is required. Okay, so whatever the thickness is there, that thickness is equal to scrap bridge distances should be maintained. Okay, now next, feed is there. So feed is nothing but this is the length of the stock which is required to produce one blank. Okay, I'm going to repeat once again, that is feed is nothing but the length of the stock which is required to produce one blank. Okay, this is feed, and the formula for the feed is nothing but W plus B. Okay, whatever the width of the blank it is plus the distance between two blanks is nothing but a feed. This feed is also called as a advance. Okay, so next, the number of blanks. So the number of blanks, that is it can be produced from one length of a stock. So the formula to calculate the number of blanks, that is N is equal to L minus B, L minus B divided by S. So here L is nothing but total length of the sheet or strip. B is nothing but the width or the distance between two blank, and S is nothing but the feed. Okay, so by using this formula we can calculate the number of blanks which can be produced on a single sheet. And next, scrap. That means by using this formula you can calculate that how much scrap is remaining. So the formula is L, that is nothing but total length of the strip, minus N is nothing but number of blanks, into S is nothing but the feed, plus B. Okay, so this is the formula. These are the standard thumb rules. Okay, to design the strip layout. Okay, so this is what the strip layout design is there. Now we are going to see the next, that is the cutting forces. So the cutting forces are required to cut a material which is equal to the area to be shared times the shear strength of the material. That means we are going to calculate the cutting force. Okay, so suppose if the blank is circular, at that time the formula is nothing but F max is equal to pi d t into Fs, or you can also write down over here sigma s. Okay, now here you can know that that is pi d. Pi d is nothing but perimeter, that is P into T into sigma s. P is nothing but the perimeter of the section which is to be blanked. T is nothing but thickness of metal. Sigma S is nothing but the shear strength of metal which is in Newton per mm square. Okay, That means whenever you are going to calculate the cutting force for the circular blank, at that time you are supposed to use the formula that is pi dt into sigma s. Pi d is nothing but the perimeter into t is nothing but the thickness of the metal. Fs or sigma s is nothing but the shear strength of the metal, which is in Newton per mm square. Now, if the blank is rectangular, so at that time, what will be the formula? Yes, any idea? Anyone want to tell me? So, if the blank is rectangular, then the formula will be the 2 into L plus B into T into Fs. Okay, L and B is nothing but the length and the, or you can say that length and width of the blank, rectangular blank. Here you can see the H into W, but here the annotation used is a L plus W into T. T is nothing but the thickness of the metal, and the Fs or sigma s is nothing but the shear strength of a material. Okay, which is in Newton per mm square. Now we are going to see the energy. That is the energy which is required in press work. That is, which is nothing but a work done to make a cut. Okay, so for that, the formula is E is nothing but E is equal to F max into punch travel. Okay, so F max we have calculated over here, and punch travel, the formula to calculate the punch travel is nothing but K into T into C, where K is nothing but the percentage of penetration required to cause a rupture. Okay, this is what the percentage of penetration which is required to cause fracture. Okay, this is K. C is nothing but the factor for extra energy required, and its value is equal to 1.16. Okay, so this is what the formulas which we have seen today. Okay, now, so further we are going to see something. Okay, so regarding, we'll see the penetration. That means to for cutting action, whatever the punch is there, that punch should penetrate into a strip up to certain thickness, because since the fracture occurs from both die and punch die, and the punch need not penetrate the entire thickness of strip to affect the rupture of the part is there. Okay, so this is what the information regarding penetration. And here also one more important is that whatever the distance, that is the distance which the punch enters, and the work material to cause a rupture take place is called as a penetration. Okay, the penetration is nothing but the distance which punch enters and enters the material to cause the rupture to take place is known as a penetration, and it is given as a percentage of stock thickness. Okay, so whatever the percentage penetration is there, it depends on the different parameters like thickness of material, its hardness. Okay, and if we see, for hard material less penetration is required, and for soft material more penetration is required. Okay, so this is what we have seen today, that is strip layout design. Also, we have seen the cutting forces which is required in sheet metal cutting. Also, we have seen the energy, and also we have seen the penetration concept over here. So today we are going to stop over here. Next time we'll see the die design. Okay, so I'm going to stop over here. Thank you.